I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. And Jay, you always need to bring your best in terms of dress wear.
Ooh, Ed, I got the really good stuff on today. I spent a lot of money in the stores, probably more than I should have. But you know what? Let's focus on the game.
The credit card bill is on its way. So is the start of this one. The opening tip won by the Lakers as we get started here at Staples Center. To James. It goes down.
There's some players out there that like the freedom of space, and then we have the anomalies. We have the players who feel comfortable being uncomfortable, and almost the physicality of the game centers them and puts them right on balance every time.
And the Lakers clear. Danny Green, a pass taken away by the Rockets. Doesn't have the touch, no good.
It's easy, force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
And flushes it down. No stopping AD here.
That probably won't be the last time we see a dunk from him tonight. Maybe sometimes you should send a message. Give him a hard foul. Don't let it be so easy.
Harden into the front court, trailing by 4. Has a chance. Capella with a shot, but he can't get it to go. Davis to James. Off the mark. Harden in possession. He'll run the offense. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
James into the front court. Lead is 2. Cousins to James. Clint Capella with a piece.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
And now Houston has the basketball. Down to Fareed. Kenneth Fareed powers it down.
See, Ed, that's what I love. You don't need to conserve your energy. You attack that rim with ferocity. You always set the tone.
Across the timeline comes James. Looking to make something happen. LeBron James, 2 of 4 now.
As a team, when you establish your dominance in the paint early, it's critical to your offense because it eventually opens up the perimeter down the stretch.
Westbrook. A tough shot. Hand in his face. He makes them pay. The inner beast of Westbrook. Sheer determination.
I don't think anybody got the license plate or not hit and run. And there is no one, I repeat, no one in the game of basketball with the first step in the explosion of Russell Westbrook.
Here's Harden with the rock. Has a look. Deep 2 there. Won't go. Big stuff and a lot of traffic on the way to the rim.
I was expecting the dish there, but way to fake that one and lay that one in.
LeBron with it up top. They trail by 2. And the finish. Slam dunk.
This offseason, I heard so many voices, even that of the great Shaquille O'Neal, talking about how LBJ needed to submit his own legacy. Well, for LeBron, it's not about chasing external accolades. It's about hunting your own legacy, and that's to be the greatest of all time.
Oh, a whistle.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
Houston. Stepping in for the Los Angeles Lakers, number 0, Kyle Kuzma.
Anthony Davis. Huge block. They've got it now.
2 minutes left.
Caldwell Pope. To James. For 3, that's what the King does. James, the quick catch and shoot there for 3.
Just let me break down to all the young players at home how special of a pass this was. That was a perfect delivery, and it hit the player right in the chest.
Rockets in control of the basketball. Austin Rivers to Capella. Clint Capella. 3 for 6 now.
Okay, that time it was effective. But a really good defender will put that in their memory bank.
Yes, And a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
LeBron James at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 73%. The free throw, good. Caps off the three-point play. The lead is 4. To Capella. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
To Caldwell Pope. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
I've seen him float so much on the perimeter, I forgot he even had that kind of physical presence. Good to see him beating up on people down low again.
Quinn Cook, guarded by the former Dookie. Shot from the lane won't go.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
The assist from number 0.
Rockets have the ball. Anthony Davis sends it away.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
LeBron into the front court. Up by 6. Not that time. Anthony Davis. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
The defense is doing such a good job of denying him the ball and really getting in his pocket. But he got that one to go.
And the defender over pursues, and he's called for it.
Just a tic-tac foul.
Personal foul. Team foul number 2. First foul in the last 2.
Fires the 3. His first effort off the mark.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Gordon with it. They find themselves down 10. LeBron James with the block. Good look that time, but off the mark. We're through one from Staples Center with the Lakers on top. We're back with more after this. You're watching a Saturday matinee edition of the NBA on EA Sports. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. It's Rockets ball and a whistle.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
To number 9, Rajon Rondo. That's his first personal foul.
Harden.
Team foul number
Not getting the bounce. Rondo into the front court. His team leads it by 10. Kuzma to James. Almost, but no good. And finishes strong.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ball game.
LeBron into the front court. His team on top by 8. Kuzma matched up with Nene. Avery Bradley. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Harden. Short jumper stays out.
And this happens all the time in this league. Sometimes offensively, you're tired. It's one of those type of nights. You combine that with the fact that the defense is hungry and active and contesting everything, that's why shots aren't dropping.
Houston takes over. Knocked loose. Lakers come up with it.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Easy path to the rim.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
Harden with the basketball. Down a dozen. JaVale McGee tips it.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
James. He shoots. Off the mark.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
Russell Westbrook. He's 2 for 2 now. You can try and body him up, but he'll still run right through you.
It's the way he attacks that makes him so dangerous. He chips off a piece of your body one possession at a time. First it's your arm, then it's your leg, and then inevitably it's your soul.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now. It's a 5-second violation. Harden to Westbrook. Russell Westbrook. 3 for 3 in this first half.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Lakers at the controls right now. Rondo. Can't get the bounce. Westbrook into the front court. Margins 8. How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake. The challenge defending a guy who can be a 1 or a 2.
We're not old men talking about this game. We don't define players by positions anymore. Is he a 1 or is he a 2? No, he's James Harden. He is a scorer and an elite passer.
Harden. JaVale McGee rejects it.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Kyle Kuzma, that's good D. Shot no good. Down to Chandler. Nice pass to get things going. Here's Rondo with it. Leads 4. Deep left corner. Count it. No and 1. There was some contact there.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
JaVale McGee sends it away.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Avery Bradley able to recover with the block.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Now the Rockets will use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Harden. That is great vision to set it up. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
Bradley to Cousins. Bradley misfires. It's no good. Gordon with it. Down 6. From long range, James clears the rebound. Cousins to Davis. Anthony Davis. Now the defense has to adjust. He's 4 for 4 to start this one.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
He engulfed him that time.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Harden with it up top. His guys can hold for the final shot. Nothing going here on that drive. To the rim, lays it up and in.
The assist from number 1, Iman Shumpert.
That misses with a second to go. That'll do it for the first half. The Lakers have the lead.
Thanks, guys. Let's take a look at what went down so far in this one. The Lakers
entered the locker room with a comfortable lead.
they decided to make a statement in the opening half, and they did it by throwing down dunk after dunk after dunk. I think the rim is still shaking. The Rockets
Were unable to find an offensive flow in the opening half. Of course, they still have 2 quarters to turn things around, but it won't happen without making some adjustments.
These are the guys getting buckets for the Houston Rockets.
Game track. Bench points.
The Houston Rockets
Are getting enough bench production in this contest. Their reserves need to step up and start making an impact in this game.
Player of the half.
LeBron James
Has been making the competition look silly on the defensive end.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have off nights. Today has just been one of those nights for this guy. Top plays, and we've got 3 of them for you.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
Harden in possession. The deficit is 6. James Harden. Oh, 3 for 8. He's got to do better.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Rondo with the basketball. He'll run the offense. To Cousins. Going to launch. Beyond the arc. Boogie. 0 hesitation. Knocks it down from 3.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Russ at the controls. To Capella. Harden. Probing the defense. And they called the foul. Jay, he was there too late.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
Russell Westbrook. He's got 2 shots coming. A career 81% free throw shooter. Can't connect on the first free throw. Oh, he missed on a pair. To Bradley. He gets it.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Harden into the front court. His guy's down by 9. Tough shot. He hits.
I like that.
Even though the coach initially may not like that shot, now he's clapping because that ball went in.
LeBron James with the rock. And he finishes at the rim.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Harden in possession. His club staring up at an 8-point deficit. James into the front court. Looking to make something happen to Davis. And he's fouled. Nice move that time, and he's going to the line for 2.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
Anthony Davis at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 79% at the line. First one goes down.
Oh, you've been in the gym, huh?
Able to convert on both free throws. Russ at the controls. Russell Westbrook rocking the rim. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Oh, we have a 5-second violation. Harden. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
The okie doke. Let's see if he'll try that one again.
Across the timeline comes James. Up by 6. Davis to Bradley. Works it. Cousins. It's no good. Shot's not going down. To Harden. Driving right to the basket. Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Fareed. Harden. That's what you've come to expect. Your best players making baskets.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
4-3. Danny Green can't get that one to go. Defense all over him. Harden with the basketball. His guys trail now by 4. And he's fouled. Couple of free throws coming up, Jay.
I've seen it happen so many times. Small things like that foul can end up becoming a momentum changer. Let's see how this one plays out.
James Harden, couple of free throws on the way. A career 85% free throw shooter. First try, no good. Oh, he missed them both. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
And no emotion, just that ice-cold stare. That's a sign of somebody who's here to compete.
It's James controlling the offense. Nice finish at the rim.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Harden with it up top. Down 4. And finishes strong.
I see the easy dunk, but what I don't see is energy. Scream, do something. Get yourself emotionally involved in the game.
LeBron with it up top. Leads a bucket to Davis. Nothing going here on that drive. And scores, plus the foul. Patented move for Anthony Davis, and a chance at 3.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Anthony Davis trying to cash in on a 3-point play. Hasn't missed yet. Free throw good to finish off the 3-point play. The lead is up to 5. James Harden at the controls. To Fareed. Austin Rivers down to Chandler. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Cook to bring it into the front court. Up by 3. Kenneth Fareed pins it.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Now the Lakers are going to call a timeout as they'll talk things over in a 1-point basketball game.
An effort only fully releases its reward after a person refuses to quit. What I like about this team is that they continue to execute. As a coach, we used to talk about it all the time. I would hear it every single day. Execute, execute, execute. But if you can play with energy and execute, that's the formula for success.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Quinn Cook picked up by Rivers. Not that time. Rivers to bring it into the front court. His guys now down by a point. Cashes in for 2.
Man, if we were at Rucker Park right now, everybody will be wilding on the court. Guarantee it.
I got ball.
Tyson Chandler snatching it out of the air. Bradley.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
And Avery Bradley still gets it to go down after a good closeout.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing, man.
Houston with the basketball. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Austin Rivers at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. Career mark of 64%. And he can't convert the free throw. It's Cook with the basketball. Game's all tied in the final minute here in the third. Avery Bradley, he's now 5 for 6.
Because in certain players' mind, it doesn't matter if they're amongst the trees or not. They're always going to be the giant in the paint.
Yes, it drops. A little drama on that one.
You know, Ed, people don't understand. Tough shots are practiced every single day. With all these different contraptions out there to contest your shot, guys shoot 500 made shots a day. This is the new norm.
The assist from number 2.
From the outside, no good. That's the end of the third quarter. The Lakers have the lead. It'll be Lakers ball as we begin the fourth quarter, and they'll be looking to finish strong.
And when you play stingy defense on one end, the other end takes care of itself.
Lakers ball. Gets a look, can't hit. Oh, working hard there, collects the rebound and gets it back up for the slam.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Westbrook with the basketball, trailing by 4. And that's rebounded by Kuzma. To Bradley. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
So many times you can tell if a player is going to finish before he even gets to the rim. Did you see that look on his face? That was a look of a three-point play. You always going in thinking you can get more at the rim.
Capella to Westbrook. To P.J. Tucker, now ready for a couple of free throws.
This drives me nuts when I see fouls like that being called in a close game. Sometimes you just got to let them play, ref.
P.J. Tucker has got 2 shots coming. A career 74% free throw shooter. First free throw is good. Goes 2 for 2. Bradley, now a steal as the Rockets have it.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Slam dunk, Russell Westbrook.
It's a new day in sports when you see little guards dunk the ball like they're big. That's called a 40-inch vertical.
Bradley to Cousins. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
DeMarcus Cousins trying to cash in on a three-point play. For his career, 73%. And add one more to his total. It's Harden. Brings the ball up to Capella. James Harden. And the rebound gathered in by Davis. Cousins to Bradley. And the Rockets have the rebound. Off the assist.
Well, look, you can't be caught flat-footed on defense. You need to be on the balls of your feet, especially in transition. You have to jab at that guy with the ball, head jab him. Make him think that maybe you will take him. Maybe you'll fan out to a defender on the perimeter, but still keep him guessing. But when you don't do that, that's easy money.
Gordon with it. His guys down 3 to Harden. Shea, he commands the paint this time down.
And did you see the lift on the shot? Did you see the ball release off the hand? To be able to have the concentration to finish with such a feathery touch in the midst of contact, that's something special to watch.
Clint Capella swats it.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
P.J. Tucker at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Free throw up and good. Gives him a 2-point lead. Los Angeles has the basketball. To James. The rebound belongs to Houston. Harden in possession. He'll run the offense. DeMarcus Cousins with a piece.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Finishing inside the paint on that one. We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston. That's their first of the final 3 minutes. That leaves them with 1 remaining.
I know the fans didn't get a chance to hear this during the break, but the coaches are wearing a mic for the broadcast. I heard a lot of arguing inside the huddle. It lets you know that the intensity level is pretty high going into the fourth.
They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor.
Number 35, Kenneth Fareed.
DeMarcus Cousins. Huge block. Fareed.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Harden. Not that time. Davis to Bradley. Here's a chance from long range. That won't go. Davis can't connect from in close. Harden into the front court. All even here in the fourth. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
It just seems like one of 3 things happen every time James Harden has the ball. Either he scores, he gets fouled, or he kicks it out to someone for a 3. Pick your poison.
Nothing going here on that drive. Cruises inside for 2.
There's some players out there that like the freedom of space, and then we have the anomalies. We have the players who feel comfortable being uncomfortable, and almost the physicality of the game centers them and puts them right on balance every time.
Davis. To James. Curling inside. He's going to the free throw line to shoot.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
LeBron James at the line for 2 shots. Hasn't missed yet. And he connects on the first free throw. Two for 2 on that trip. And now Houston has the basketball. To P.J. Tucker. Westbrook. Beyond the arc for 3. With James Harden, muscle memory. Gets it to go.
Just because someone is listening to you doesn't mean that they actually hear you. At the end of the game, when players get tired, they listen to what the assignment was, but they didn't hear what it was.
Got it.
Look at that, calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
Now the Rockets will use a timeout. They trail by 1. Who's it going to be as they get ready for the final shot? Harden? Yes. Or in the case of the defense, not good. Now the Lakers going to use a timeout. They trail by 2. And the question, do they look for the tie in overtime? Or do they go for it all with a 3? Rises for the slam.
It's not every day that you see a 6'9", 265-pound freight train coming down the lane. You probably want to step out of the way.
Harden in possession. Our score all even here in the 4th quarter. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket. Now the Lakers are going to call a timeout. It's their second and final one of the last 3 minutes. They cannot stop the clock again. It's the Rockets who are victorious. They're now 2-0 in this young season. That does it. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Rockets took this down to the wire before getting the win. I could get into detail about their play calling and shot selection, but let's be honest. We all know that the dunks were the most exciting. I'd be surprised if the rim isn't a little bit bent at this point. The Lakers must be devastated after such a close loss. The way they shot the ball was outstanding, but even still, it wasn't enough to get the result they wanted. More often than not, you're going to win games when you shoot the ball as well as they did here today. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Game track. 3-point shooting.
Each of these teams were solid with their long-range shooting. So by extension, they were pretty poor with their perimeter defense. Closing out on shooters must always happen, whether you're tired or not.
Player of the game.
James Harden put up the kind of points that made him an easy choice for this award. He couldn't be stopped. And when he realized he was in the zone, he just took it to another level.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show.
Here's our top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
Take a look at the upcoming games for the Los Angeles Lakers. That does it for us. On behalf of the rest of the crew, good night.